Environmental surveys have shown the amount of balloons and balloon pieces killing our wildlife has tripled over the past 10 years. Fremantle resident and vet nurse Lisa Hills has started a petition to stop retailers using balloons in their marketing.
I started the petition because I've found myself passing a store that were putting up latex balloons, and then I started noticing more and more parts of the balloons that were being burst and dropping to the floor. And every time I passed the store, I was stopping and picking up the balloons. And then from there, I just noticed more and more retailers using them and just finding them wherever I went. I would go walking on the beach. I'd find fishermen were using them to carry their lines out to sea. And just parties around the beach. So I decided to talk to the council. I talked to Keep Australia Beautiful. And at the time, they weren't very helpful. So I continued to try and communicate with the stores that were using the latex balloons, and I wasn't really getting anywhere. So my next step was to form a community petition. So that's where we're at now.
While Fremantle Council have shown support for the petition, they maintain there is nothing they can do to prevent retailers from using balloons. However, they themselves will reduce the use of balloons at their events.
It's a starting point. Every campaign has to start somewhere. And there was no trouble for the council agreeing to that. They got on board straight away. And I think we can grow from this. And the more signatures I get, I feel pretty positive that this campaign can win and a bill can be passed.
If the petition is successful, Fremantle will follow in the footsteps of the Sunshine Coast, who banned the use of balloons in 2011.
Pelicans especially are opportunists, so if they see the balloon there in the water, they're going to have a go, they're going to eat it, and I don't think it would decompose quick enough to not cause any damage. So really there's much safer alternatives that can be used.
Latex balloons are often represented as being biodegradable. However, while natural latex is biodegradable, balloons can take up to 10 years to break down. This provides plenty of opportunities for animals to ingest the balloon pieces.
There's lots of environmental alternatives people can use, reusable things like bunting and banners and flags, even solar-powered bubble machines. I think we would save a lot of lives from the wildlife that it's damaging. A lot of these retailers, Fremantle's a port city, so there's water all around, and often they get washed down into the stormwater drains and just straight out into the ocean. Along comes a turtle, a dolphin, a seabird, and they mistake the latex balloon as a food source, and that then causes an intestinal blockage, goes on to cause starvation and eventually death. I think people just aren't aware of the fact of what these balloons can do, and maybe they think they are biodegradable because that's how the message is being passed across. But I think the more education that we can do with this campaign and just make people aware of the damage that they can do, then the more and more signatures we'll get.
While the petition has now reached over 400 signatures in the past few days, Lisa believes more are needed. She will continue to pressure the council to ban retailers from using balloons, but she needs as much support from the public as she can get in order to make a difference.
The public can sign the petition, they can like the Facebook page, they can stop using balloons. Just spread the word. The more people are aware of what damage they can do, the better.
I'm Jade Hawley, reporting for Undercurrent.